One of the first things that we do here is that we look at observation. So it's making sure that those adults in this environment are really mindful about noticing and seeing the learning when it's taking place. When you learn to see it, then you can actually do something about documenting it. And for us, we document children's voices through these large things called floor books. We write down the child's voice verbatim and their ideas, their suggestions, the photographs of them involved in the process of learning. And then the next bit is that we then analyse that learning and find out what are these threads of thinking that are going on in their heads. We then have to ensure progression, which means that we create something called plods, which are possible lines of development. That would be nice in itself, but unless you show action as a result of those observations, you're only doing part of the picture. So then what we do is that we tick and date those possible lines of development within the floor book to show and to reference anybody, whether it be a visitor, whether it be a parent, to see how we actually carried that out.
We're going to cook it.
On the fire!
On the fire!
Then for us, we felt that we wanted to have some way of retrospectively looking at breadth and balance and delivery of curriculum. So at the back of our floor books, we then have a summative mind map, which shows you all of those lines of inquiry that children have been exploring, right the way down to the detailed experience or opportunity with the date beside it again. To cross-reference that to the curriculum for excellence, you also then have to have the experiences and outcomes there. And what we do with those is go through those and just really to monitor how well we're covering that curriculum. Are there gaps in our delivery? Which there can be in natural spaces, of course. We then go through and on a termly basis, on a 6-weekly basis, we can then see where our learning journey is taking us to, if you like, within the curriculum for excellence. One of the things about the floor books is that they're group learning journeys, if you like, and they go on for long blocks of time. So in this learning journey, what you have to be able to do is to pull out these individual moments, and so that's about the mindfulness of the adults. And then they have to put somewhere where that child has a real celebration of their achievement. And for us, they're put into our family books. And then we've started to use phrases such as children's theories because, especially in the natural world, these theories about their life and who they are and where they are on the planet are fascinating. So we pull those out, and then they also, in that learning story, have their next steps for development. But they're family books, and so that means the parent voice has to be in there. So on that profile, there's a space obviously for parents. There are pages that are sent home to parents to fill in what they're doing at home. And then we can pull that individual moment for the child and spend time as part of our communication and language aspects of our curriculum going through that little book.
It's a very good way of sharing experience and dialogue about the child in the two different settings, and we've had a lovely week decorating it. And although my little girl is she's only just 2, she's very young, but she remembered to bring the book today. And she said, my book, and she carried it very, very proudly, and she's already been showing people. I think it's a brilliant way of communicating.